All right, this is Old Gamer. Well, during the qualifying, I didn't video that one, but I blew another engine. I got a penalty to. Well, anyways, let's get this started. We're back in Texas, so we don't want to talk about. We don't want to discuss what happened. But anyways, we're at the back of the grid. Me and somebody else, I think Sonoda, me and him got a penalty. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, let's get this started. There we go. Uh huh. Yeah. Uh huh. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. I got a collision warning. It don't matter. Hey, you know what? Let's start this over again. Okay, let's just restart this. They used to do this back in the old days. They used to restart it when you have a only was a, let's restart this. Okay, let's do this again. Let's just start this. All right, restart it. Okay, we can do that. Okay, we can do that. Hey, look at that. Sonoda.
All right, we're seeing a loss of power from the turbocharger now.
Oh,
Loss
I ain't got no
of power
brakes.
on the
No
turbo.
brakes. Okay, one more time. One more time. One more time. No. One more time. Just one more. Oh, wait. Hold on. One more time. Wait. Let's do this again. Let's restart the session. One more time. Okay, let's just do this one more time. Okay.
Now, I know this isn't where we wanted to start this race, but given we're back here at the back of the grid, it means...
Okay, got this one more time. Okay. This time we're gonna take it slow. Okay. All right, third is a charm, right? Yeah, I blew an engine during, then I repaired it during the thing, so I got a penalty. And I'm not happy about it, but hey, it happened, right? I don't want to bully my way in there, but I'm going to have to. I'm getting the slipstream. I can't even talk. Getting the slipstream. Try to get a draft going. I mean, do these guys have blown engines? I mean, can they get them? It's like I remember the old Formula One. I used to mess with those. Sometimes somebody will go out with a blown engine or crash out. This one I noticed they don't do that.
All right, we're seeing a loss of power from the turbocharger now. Loss of power on the turbo.
Here we go again. Oh, the 2025 season can't get here any closer. They downloaded, but we're gonna finish this. I'm cheating. I don't care. I don't care anymore.
Okay, DRS is now available.
But yeah, they finally downloaded last night. And we're gonna finish this up before we get to that. I know I'm pushing hard. I shouldn't, but I got to. I gotta get some points, damn it. I gotta at least finish 10th. Oh crap, it is again, almost. Y'all don't laugh at my driving now. I'm just trying my best I can now. Now y'all saw I'm pretty decent in some racetracks, but
look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect
Damn it,
our
I'm blowing
tyres,
up
so
again.
try to get past.
Y'all see that smoke? That's that smoke I'm talking about. Oh. That would have been disastrous. Oh. Wasn't sure if he's gonna let me go. Yeah, whatever, George Russell. I'm wearing socks, I'm not wearing shoes.
Lando, engine's running too hot. Engine is running too hot. Let's keep it a bit cooler for now, please.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, there we go again. I blow another engine. Nah, we ain't gonna do it. Let's just retire from the session again. Boy, this is like a real racing scenario. I don't know how. This is like the third or the fourth time we've been going back to the. Yeah, whatever. I don't hear about it. Y'all suck.
It's another victory and a champion's performance.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about this.
The drivers are en route to the podium.
Yeah, we don't want to care. We don't care. We don't care. Yeah, whatever.
After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Wow, I'm sliding down the championship points, ain't I? Wow, okay. Let's advance. Let's see what we can do with this engine. Let's see what we can. And like I said, I think I said in the last video, but I just got into it just to have fun. I didn't really think about, putting this on there. I thought about it, but I just want to see how y'all would like it, or if y'all don't like it. Like I said, I'm not the best video game player, but I like having fun. So I'll try to do better, y'all. Okay, we got 4 more races to do. 4 more. Let's go. Let's just, okay. Let's just do this here. I'm just going to upgrade everything here. I think this, yeah. Let's go back up here. All right, let's go up here. So we can see, go here, and let's fit that one. Now, I'm trying to look at durability improvement. 18, 34 is improvement. Durability improvement 51. Okay. Okay, y'all, let's just see how this goes.
Okay, mate, I'm pleased to say that our new parts have come through without any issue, so they'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Okay. We're in Mexico. Mexico. Maybe. Just maybe. Just maybe. I could do better here. All right, let's do practice. Hope everyone's doing well. I got some things I got to do. I'm prepping
It
for
may only
today,
be
for
Friday,
tomorrow.
but the carnival atmosphere has begun. We're here in Mexico, ready for free practice.
Kids, don't get old. Try to stay as young as you can. Don't be grown. Don't say I want to be a grown up. It is a trap. Being a grown up is a trap. I'm telling you, it's a trap. Don't be a grown up. Have fun. Don't tell your moms and dad, mom, I want to be a grown up. I want to be like you because it's
Okay,
not. It's a
mate, that still
trap. I'm
wasn't
telling
quite
you.
what we needed, I'm afraid. But look, let's move on. Get your head down and chin up and focus till the end of the race.
I'm telling you. Some of y'all think that we're playing. You know, when you hear adults say, "Stay a child," just do what you gotta do as a kid. Do it. It's terrible out here. I want to say, well, it is. Being an adult is just crappy. Yeah. Whoa. Did a flying laugh and almost flew out. Okay. This is not the original that I remember when they redone this track. I don't remember the stadium and anything here. This is very, yeah, this is very interesting.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
Which any of you, anybody who loves racing, you should really check out the past tracks back in the day. Um, like Hockenheim. Hockenheim is not like what it used to be. The Hockenheim rink, it's that track used to be pretty huge, and I think the laps that they used to run were like 45 laps because the track was so large, and it was one area where there was just like, I mean, there's trees all the way around. And I remember looking at video. What was that? His name was Jim Clark, and unfortunately, he was unalive there. But he was actually one of the greatest drivers, probably of all time, because I think he won 3 championships. But anyways, he won. He won other races as well as the same year he won the championship. I think he won multiple types of races. For Formula One, he won that, and then I think he won another type of racing too. So I think he did that all in 1 year. I think he won like 3 championships and 3 different, types of racing, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But yeah, and that was back in the '60s. But he was unalive at the Hockenheim rink. But that track was amazing, man. It was amazing. And I think they did some work to it back in mid 2000s maybe, and kind of made it out like a racing complex. I think they got drag racing. I think they got a drag strip there. But like, I'm pretty sure somebody will correct me on it. But about Jim Clark. But anyways, yeah, he was a really good driver. Really good driver. No, I'm not old enough to remember him driving because he was before my time. With all these ones that call me old, especially for Doc and Sticks, you bastards. I'm not that
Rain
old.
is forecast in just over 10 minutes' time. Rain in 10 minutes.
Okay, it'll be old by that time. Whoa. You know what? This part right here is kind of interesting because I brake, I think correctly, but it feels like it slides. I could be wrong, but this is an interesting layout. But I do remember Mexico not being like this. I remember it. I don't think that chicane or that when you go right, left, right, and then go into this. That wasn't there before. I'm sure of it. I think it was just one big sweeping right-hand turn, and then you go to the well, excuse me. Wow, excuse me. Um, the straight away, whatever. All right, that was a little clean. Uh-oh, damn, that wasn't. I mean, this is close to driving a race car anybody can get who's not a race car driver, but I tell you what, it'll be interesting to feel the G's on your neck and the power of the car. I mean, we can't really tell how quick this is, you know. Of course, y'all know y'all ain't crazy, but let's go. Yeah, this wasn't here. Wow. Yeah, it was just a straight. It was just a turn, just like that. You go. Yeah, it was a while ago when he changed it, but yeah, I remember as a little guy that it wasn't like this. Man, I gotta work on my braking on this. I gotta work on everything: driving, braking. Well, I got socks on my feet, and these socks don't have grippy things on it, so I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I should have wore some shoes or something. Get that feel in there. Put my Skechers on. You know, that's actually my favorite shoes, Skechers. I know that we don't have any sponsors, nothing like that, but I do like my Skechers. I mean, if Skechers, you know, if somebody knows the Skechers and they want to, you know, right here. Yeah, this turn was not there. I remember this. Man, I can remember this. We'll go one more lap, and then I'm going to or 2 more laps. We'll probably get 2 more laps in there. I was thinking about getting the drag race in NHRA, but I didn't see good reviews on that because I really wanted to try that because I like drag racing too. I think that's a really cool sport as well, and I like rally racing too. I know I put rally on there before and I didn't finish that up, so if y'all want, I'll throw that back on. But I really wanted to try the drag racing, but it didn't have good reviews at all, so I decided to just leave that alone. The truck racing, I definitely got to work on that one. That is awfully hard to work. I mean, there's things on there where you gotta spray water on your brakes or something like that. You can cool your brakes down. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know this was in here. But yeah, this part is taken out. I don't know. I guess to slow the cars down because there were some pretty interesting crashes back in the day. Okay, we got the fastest. I'm gonna go one more, y'all. One more. I know I said I was gonna do. I'm glad they got the green the trails that way you can follow the racing line. Because I don't know these tracks. These guys know how to race at these tracks, so they know the driver's line and everything. Now, I know on the other one, they actually didn't have this in the Formula One racing back in the day, or a video game. They actually had the tire marks, so I should say the the line was like a dark, from the tires and from the, so you actually didn't actually have this. So you actually didn't really need to have this. Oh, it didn't hit. Okay, y'all. Let's go to the garage and let's do some qualifying. Y'all think we good qualifying? You think I'm good? You think I can do it? We had good practice, so not bad for somebody that just raced in a different configuration.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts on the car, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
Okay, you do that. You guys do that. Okay. Let's see here. Let's just do some. Like I said, let's do qualifying. It's going to be raining. Why not? Why not? I'm going to be more into the 2025. That way I won't go in here blind because I got this blind. I mean, really blind.
What an incredible practice session that was. But the fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend. What an atmosphere we've got. The fans have been here since dawn, and the stadium, the Faro Sol, is absolutely heaving. We're about to get set to set the grid for tomorrow's Grand Prix. It's qualifying day here in Mexico City.
It's funny. I was just thinking about, me doing a simulate driving simulator, and
Okay, I hope you brought something good to read today. There's an issue with the fuel system. We don't think it's anything terminal, but it is going to take some time to investigate and repair, I'm afraid.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Anyways, it's funny. People, you drive in a simulator like this one, and some people think, well, that's how bad you'll probably be in real life, and that's not necessarily true. But as you know, it's funny. My father and my sister were very good artists. I mean, they were good draw. My sister, she was good in pottery, and she was good freehand drawing. And her and my father. And the funny thing is, I couldn't even draw a straight line. So I thought about it, I said, if I was a race car driver, I know I wouldn't be a good one. Probably. I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but you never know. But then again, I said, if I was a dragster, driving a 12,000 horsepower car, going just straight, going 1,000 feet at 330 miles an hour. Yeah, my luck, I go, "Achoo," bam, that'd be it. But but no, I mean it's incredible. I always liked, and the thing is, my dream was be either a Formula One race car driver or any kind of race car driver. I said if I wasn't good, then I would like to own a team. That was something else back in the day. But I'm glad they have stuff like this. Now that where they enter racing, person that wants to, feel like they're actual race car driver. This is good. This is good enough. Plus, it's cheaper. But then again, I've seen some driving simulations. Man, some of those things they have are amazing. I seen one up to like 35 grand or something like that. I was like, wait, what? And of course, it was like an actual Formula One car that I was like, man, I mean, that's money right there. The one I got is a G29 by Logitech. I like it. It's it's affordable, and I got a stand for it. It's I think it's called a Gravity or Graffinity or something like that stand. It's good for somebody like me just starting off, and for anybody. Um, when and if I become gooder, I would go for something a little bit more, better. Like they have one for Logitech. It's actually a racing seat that you can sit down and you actually sit like you're in a race car. So I would like to get that, and that's pretty affordable. So we'll see. We'll see how things are. I'm not a rich man. That's why I work a lot. But anyways, I would really like to try that one day. One day, someday, who knows? Um, anyways, comment, make some comments, y'all. Please like and share. We appreciate it. Me and the doc appreciate it. Sticks, he's pretty much retired from it. He doesn't stream anymore really. He's just retired from it. But if we do something different, like we're talking about getting together, doing something else later, possibly he might join us. Who knows? But anywho, yeah. So I think we're almost finished here. Yes, we are. That's good news. Let's do a flying lap. Let me get adjust my seat here. No time to adjust the seat now.
And we've dropped to P12.
Okay. Now, who's good in driving in weather like this? See, I live in Michigan, and we have some, lately, you know what? The weather's been pretty kooky because I remember as a kid growing up, especially in the wintertime, man, we used to have a lot of snow. Now, up north or higher up in Michigan, see, you know what a true Michiganer is. We usually take our right hand, flip it over to the palm, and we describe where we live. So if you know somebody from Michigan and we do that, that's what us Michiganders do. That's what we do. We show where we're from and on the mitt. But anywho, I messed up. Anyhow, but I didn't mind driving in weather like this and either snow. And we used to have a lot of snow here in the because I am originally from Detroit, but I lived in mainly the suburbs areas when I got older. So, but I remember the winters being very, very, oh man, this is really terrible. Really, really being bad. I mean, snow drifts a couple of feet, but further up north, it's worse than that. I mean, they would get a lot of snow. Some of the semi trucks or some of the plow trucks actually they were almost semi-sized with, looked like they were 10 feet tall plows, snow plows on them. That's how they are up north. But down here, not so much. But I messed up. I thought I was gonna mess up. Anyways, yeah. So I really don't. Man, this is really slippery. Damn. But anyways, I don't really mind wet weather driving. To be honest with you. Knock on wood, I never slid to any ditches. I never slid nor had it. Well, it was in February. This is why they laugh at me about this. But my first big accident happened when I was younger. I forgot how old I was, but a guy ran into me. This was in February.
We've only got one lap of fuel remaining.
Okie dokie. Well, I got rear-ended. Actually, I got hit from my right rear quarter panel of the car. Spun me into the gas station. Luckily, we weren't going fast enough that I would have hit a pump or anything. The car wasn't totaled, thankfully. But that was my first major accident. The second one, and this was in February, mind you. Then I had another one about 7 years ago, and it happened in February. And it wasn't my fault. I was rear-ended, totaled my car. I had a Nissan Altima. I actually love that car. I actually love that car. That was actually it was a good car. Anywho, that was total. You know how the donut in the back rear end of the car for you kids or people driving right now? Not the kids, maybe kids might know, but they call it the donut for the spare tires until you get your new tire put on there. That was laying down in the trunk. Well, anyways, when I got hit from the rear end, when I got rear-ended, anyways, when I got rear-ended, that tire or the donut was actually coming through the back seat. That's how hard I got hit. I had whiplash, of course. The other guy, he was in bad shape. Um, and he got a ticket because he was operating out. He was
These
operating
conditions
vehicle.
don't look like they're shifting. We're predicting at least 20 minutes of heavy rainfall.
Okay, and he was cited for under influence of something driving. He wasn't drunk, but it was said that he took some medication that he shouldn't have taken. That yeah. Anyways, he was okay, which is good. We both were survived, but it could have been worse. My car was totaled. The back end of the wheels were actually going forward in the wheel wells, and that was pretty messed up. Well, anyways, that also happened in February. And then last year, now I got a new car. It's my first new car because most of the cars that like the Nissan Altima that I bought it pre-owned. My first car, my mom got me my first car, and then after that, yeah, my mom helped me get my first car, and that was really cool because she saw I was going to college, I was working full time. She saw me really doing. She said, "I'm going to help you get your car. You and your sister be working really hard," and she did. She helped me out a lot. She helped me and my sister out a lot during the times, and well, anywho. Not gonna get too deep into that. Anywho, my first car, can't name it. But anyways, I had that. I kept that car for a while. Then that's when I got to the accident, and I had that car for about 6 years. Then I got what's that? A Tracker. That's what it was. That's I got a Tracker. And I got that on my own, and that was brand new. I leased it, and I kept that one. I kept that for over 15 years. Now I had that car for 15 years, and I loved it too. That Tracker was really cool. And it's a 4x4. Now it wasn't a Geo Tracker for anybody who remembers Geo. It wasn't a Geo Tracker. It was a Chevy Tracker because the Geo left. And then, well, anyways, I'm not gonna go into all that. But anyways, I had a Chevrolet Tracker, and I loved that thing. And I had it for like 14, 15 years. And then after that, I got a Fiat 500, and I bought that. It was my first used car I ever bought. Was a Fiat 500 or Fiat, something Fiat. It wasn't a Ferrari. I wish it was, but that was a good car. It was good on gas, but it was a problem with that car. I did not
Less
care
than
for
one lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
Okay, I didn't care for that. I had electrical problems. I mean, I care for the fuel economy, but the electrical problems I had with that thing was too much. So then I got rid of that, and that's when I got the Altima, which was a 2016 Altima. And I bought that used, and that was a good one. And I got into that accident. Then after I got in an accident with that, I got a Ford Fusion. And it's a 2016 Ford Fusion. I love that car too. I like the grill because the grill reminded me of an Aston Martin. Anyways, I had that, and I got rid of that. Then I got a used Tucson, and there's a 2020 Tucson. And since I do a lot of work, which I thought I was going to do more of my profession, I got a brand new Kona by Hyundai, and I like that. It fits everything well. It's got fit all my equipment I need for my job, and I like it. So that's what I have right now. So this Kona that I have is actually the first new car I've had in 12 years, 15 years almost. And I got it just before the prices started getting up. And I got it like a couple of years ago. It's a 2024, but I got it in late 23. It's a 24 model. Now, what kind of car would I like to own? This is my last lap. What kind of car would I like to own? Ooh, I mean, when you get older, you kind of figure out that what you truly need in life is not always the fast cars, the fast women, the champagne, the mansions, and all that. I'm talking about the man's perspective. It's more what you need in life, and that's what happens. Uh, I don't know about Sticks and Sticks and Doc. They're pretty much the same way. These guys, they're not as they're younger than me, but they pretty much have a sound mind on what they need. At least I think they do. I don't know. But anyways, now for me, I just want the simpler things. Now if I had the money to buy like the Aston Martin Vanquish, the new one, yeah, or the Koenigsegg Jesko, yeah. But if I had the money, but anyways, not even just that. Just give me something that I can be happy with. It's that's me. But when I was younger, in my teens and early 20s, yeah, I want it all. And this should be the last one. Yeah, we're gonna do it. So let's do this. Go back to the garage. Okay, let's go to the sessions and let's just go to the race. I think we're ready. Hopefully we caught the pole. Hopefully. The pole. Yeah, I used to collect model cars too. Like 118 scales, 124 scales. That was one of the things. I used to build cars too. The like the little plastic, and I used to have a lot of them. I don't have them anymore. I still got a few left. They're probably in storage, but um, I used to do that quite a bit.
Well, that wraps up
All right, we
qualifying,
got
but don't
pole.
worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
I've had cars that, man, for anything, it didn't have to be like exotic cars. I had one car that was expensive that I bought. It was not it was a model. I think it was like at the most, I want to say it was around $60, and it was a metal, and it was a Jaguar XJ220. I think it was like a sports car. I think they used it in auto racing, or it was I forgot the name. Anyways, I love that thing, and it had shocks. It had real rubber tires on it. Um, it was really cool, and I was dusting off the cabinet or the shelf that I put it on, and I put it on top of this thing near the TV just to dust off the the shelf. And all of a sudden, I hear something go zzzz, bang bang, and I heard some pieces on the floor go. I was like, oh no. I looked down, the wheel was off, and the door came off, and I was like, no. I was so pissed at myself. It rolled off and it fell on the floor, and the door popped off, and the wheel actually the wheel didn't pop off. It was a what was that? I forgot what it was. But anyways, yeah, so I had to throw that away. I tried to repair it and try to say, hey, look as good as new. Oh no, it isn't. It's broke. But anyways, see how goofy I am. Anyways, yeah, it's yeah, that was one I really liked. It actually had real rubber tires on it. I forgot what company it was from. It might have been a little bit more than that. I'm saying 59 might have been close to 100. I forgot exactly.
Back in the 60s, Mexico City would host the season-ending race, a party of motor racing. Well, we might not host the finale now, but Mexico hosts a party nonetheless. So welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexico City Grand Prix. We're a long way above sea level here in Mexico today, which could pose some cooling issues for the cars as they make their way around this 2.6-mile lap. 17 corners with top speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and watch out for potential overtaking into turns 1 and 4. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment,
Oh,
Anthony
that's the car.
Davidson.
You don't have to be the Vanquish.
Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. fair.
Okay, we're in a good, solid position for the Constructors' title, which will mean so much to everybody here in this team. There's just 3 races to go, so we need some good, solid results.
Yeah, but Piastri is down in the. He's not in the points. He should be up next to me. Damn it. That's okay. Let's do this. Oh, wait, is Bryce sneaking up on me? Uh-huh. Oh, I get the warning, huh? I get the warning. Oh, yeah, they did have it open, so. Oh, crap. Going too quick. I'm going too quick. Oh, crap. Oh. I don't get a penalty because I didn't invest my time or anything. Oh man, I'm messing up, y'all. I'm cheating. I didn't want nobody to pass me. They got a good start. Okay, so what if I cheated? I don't care. Ray, this is a game. Wow, man, I'm pushing too much. Okay. So, what's y'all's favorite? What's y'all favorite driver? What's y'all favorite track? I know I probably mentioned that before, but I'll mention it again. Whoever's watching.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
I remember at work, this is a few years ago. This is, yeah, about maybe 6 years ago. I was getting in my car in the parking lot, and I saw this gold-plated, rose gold-plated Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe. Rose gold-plated. Now, this car is worth probably about 350 to 450 grand, you know, and I don't know. I actually stayed and waited for about 20 minutes to see who got into this car. Because, I mean, if you got a rose-plated Rolls-Royce Coupe Phantom, you got some money. And why would you do that in the first place? Man. You know, a true car collector, like myself, well, you know, for little small cars, for little model cars, you know, it's best to know about, I mean, for me, I mean, some guys out there, to some extent, it is, you know, for show, to show they got money.
Great
You
work,
get the
that's a
women.
new fastest lap of the race. Okay, Lando, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go.
All right. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. You know, some men do like to, you know, show what they have. And women, y'all do it too. You know, like show y'all got money. But for me, a true car person is somebody that knows not only about the car, particular car. I mean, it just don't have to be the whole. I mean, if you like Ferrari or Lamborghini, I mean, if you like certain cars, you know, messed up on that one. It could be that one particular car that you like. You know, it had to be, you know, the whole company. But my father, he was a huge Studebaker fan. If anybody out there knows who Studebaker used to be, an American-made car company. That my father knew the history of a particular car that he loved, which was called the Avanti. My father loved that car. He loved that car more than Ferrari. Anything. That was his car. And he actually had one. He had a Studebaker Hawk. I wasn't around when he had it, but he had his Avanti, which was a pretty cool car. It really was a cool car. It's if y'all look it up, it's called the Studebaker Avanti. It was actually pretty much ahead of its time. At the time, it was in its time, of course, back in the 60s. No, I wasn't born in the 60s. Anyway,
really good. You hit that target nicely. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean.
but that was his favorite car company. You can mention anything about another car my father said. Nope, the Avanti. That was his car. But I never rode in it because I forgot what happened, but he had some problems with it and it wasn't running anymore. But he kept it because he was going to fix it up. And little by little, he was doing some stuff to it, but it was pretty expensive for that particular one. One of my uncles, he was well, he wasn't really my uncle. I called him my uncle, but he was my aunt's fiance at the time, who unfortunately he had died of cancer, unfortunately. But he was a pretty good guy. But anyway, as far as I can remember, I don't know him. I didn't know him that well, but he seemed to be a pretty cool guy. But anyway, he was like a master mechanic, and I remember telling my father, hey, if I could put a vet engine in there, my father, no, I don't want a vet engine. I want the original. My father was the kind of guy that he liked the original. Everything had to be original, and it was just too much for him to find the engine that. And so he had
Okay,
to
mate,
get rid
this
of
is
it.
the final lap of the race. Final lap.
And he had that car. I think it was a '63 Avanti. Yeah, Studebaker Avanti. Now my car growing up was the Camaro, the Z20 and the Firebird Trans Am. Those were my favorite cars at the time. Then later on, I fell in love with Porsche. I just love Porsche. Then when other cars started getting better, I was like, oh man, it was just kind of, somebody said, what's your favorite car? I was like, I don't really know now because there's so many good cars out there that look pretty cool. But Porsche, especially 911s, they were pretty cool. And the 928, 944, I should like those. Then the Aston Martins. I think what really got me to love my Aston Martins at the time when I finally got a chance to drive one many years ago. I didn't drive it like I wanted to, but still, it was a pretty cool car. It was a DB7. Yeah. Hey, they fired fireworks me, y'all. There we go.
We're coming
That's
for
nice.
Red Bull. Just keep up the work, incredible. Thank you to everyone in the factory, everyone here at Trackside. Love you all so much. Thank you.
Stop lying. All right, Sergio Perez.
And with that, another year of Formula One draws to a close and a new World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry added to that prestigious list of the sport's most incredible drivers.
That was kind of
Here's
interesting
the
because didn't he
checkered
clinch the
flag,
race
and
around
our
that time?
winner has landed. Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations,
I'm trying to
and it's
remember
going to
how
be
many races
McLaren
that
picking up the
he clinched. I
winner's
think it might have
trophy.
been. Wow,
Congratulations
this is
to the
actually pretty close
entire
to the real
team
thing
for that
because I think he clinched
fantastic
it in the third
performance.
from the last. He was either penultimate race he won the championship or the third race before the championship ended. I forgot. Speaking of Verstappen, when he won last year, somebody in the comment, please comment on that one. If y'all say shove, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, but no, I'm gonna keep on talking.
It's been an
Y'all shut up.
absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action.
Respect
I
my
can't
authority.
wait to see what.
So y'all don't know what that is, but anyways, yeah. So I like all kind of cars. When it comes to luxury cars, the older Rolls Royces I was okay with. Some before my time and some during my time. But the new ones, yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's big, it's luxurious. I wouldn't. I mean, if I ever owned something like that, I have the money to own something like that. Anybody gets in a car, you better not even fart in that car. I would buy a car that's 500 grand or for something like that. Nah, it's. I mean, yeah. I mean, I have to be filthy, stinking rich to have something like that. That's just, yeah. I mean, even Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Lamborghinis. What else? Maserati. I remember even before my time, those cars were actually pretty good looking. And during my time, they just started to kind of went away from sports cars to like luxury cars, and yeah. Anyways, we'll just keep on going. Alfa Romeo, they had a couple of good looking cars that I liked. BMWs, I like Mercedes, back in the day. Mercedes was pretty cool. I'll tell you a car that Mercedes had that kept it for nearly, let's see here, from like 71 to 89 was the Mercedes SL. If somebody don't know what that car was, from Mercedes, I should say Mercedes. That was that car was pretty. I love that particular model car from 70, I believe 71 to 1989. That Mercedes SL was a nice car. I love that car. That was actually. No, I wouldn't say I love that car. I like the bigger one, like the S class. I used to like those growing up too. But
Welcome, everyone. You join us at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache, or Interlagos, as it's affectionately known. It's practice time, it's Brazil, and it's great to have you with us.
Brazilian Grand Prix. But yeah, that was a uh, pretty interesting automobile. It was. I've seen more. I mean, I've seen a lot of men drive, but at the time growing up, I saw a lot of women driving that car too. Not that I say I'm not doing that to gender. I'm not discriminating about what fits anybody, but whatever you like is whatever you like when it comes to cars or any way you have your taste. But I saw mainly women driving those cars back in the day, and it was just one classic two-seater. They had one called the SLC, which was also pretty cool. Most of the SLs at that time, during that time from like 71 all or 72 all the way to 89, they were hard, they were like removable hard tops. But the SLC, which was actually like a four-seater, that one was also around from 71 or 72 to about like 1980, and then they stopped making those. Those were the hard top ones. They only had the hard tops, but the SLs, which is they just had the removable hard top, but you could put the regular soft top on it for your convertible. And if anybody says I'm wrong with that, please let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I can take correction. I can take it. No, but anyways, see that's how goofy I am. So let's go to the track and let's do a flying lap, okay? Interlagos, Brazil. I think Ayrton Senna won this race in. I want to say he won in
Okay, just want to
91
remind you to
or
keep an eye on
90.
your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
Okay. But I remember hearing the video or seeing the video of him. He was yelling. He was like, yeah, yeah. I mean, he was just excited that he won that race. I don't think he won it. I think that might have been his first time winning his home Grand Prix. I could be wrong. But yeah, he was just yelling and screaming, and it was almost like he was in pain because he was so happy that he won that race, and he was in some tears. He was crying as he was racing because he had, it was his home race, Man, this is. Ayrton De Silva. Oh, okay, that's better. All right. Wow, the steering wheel's just shaking. Yeah, it's interesting about when we talk about auto racing in general or any other type of sport. I try not to be that keyboard karate. Man, man, I messed that up. I'm talking. Anyways, I tried not to be that karate
Okay, be
keyboard
careful with
person.
the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
Yeah. Talk about somebody's skills or whatever and their profession and for me to like knock somebody about, I mean, it's you can have your opinions, of course. You can say, well, this guy really doesn't seem like a good driver, or he or she's not really good at this or really good at that. But I said to myself, like for Formula One, IndyCar, or anything in any sport, if you're a professional and you were picked to do a job, then you got some kind of skill. I haven't been picked for anything, so that's why I don't say I don't say too much. I say, yeah, that driver, he did this, he did that. I don't think he's a strong driver or this and that, but for me to say he sucks or she sucks or whatever, they can probably, like auto race, they can probably run rings around me. I mean, even fighting or boxing, anything. I mean, you see a boxer that might have a not so good record, but are you good enough to beat him or her? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about not a man fighting a woman, but I'm just saying, I think it's pretty crazy. To talk about somebody and they're doing something that they train for, and they may not be as good because not everybody can be, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, any sport that has their top players, or not everybody can be there. But if you're in it, that's better than to be sitting around at home and talk about somebody, how bad they are, how they ain't shit. It's like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? What have you accomplished? So that's why I don't talk about, I'm not hard on, especially when it comes to auto racing, because I said to myself, hey, they made it, I didn't. I didn't even try it, so I shouldn't, say shit about anybody. If you try it and if you're good, hey, go for it and say, hey, I can do this, better than this person, or I'm not say I'm better, but say you can compete. That's what I do. I say, hey, I think I can compete with somebody, but for me saying I can kick their ass, or I can outdrive them, or I can outdo whatever, that's I'm not a good trash talker at all. Because some people know me, I'm not a good trash talker at all. I'm like this. Let me just prove to you that I can do it. If I can't prove to you, then I'm not good. And I'll bow my head and walk away. Or I'll say, hey, you're this, you're that. I'm not going to take it any further than that. But that's me. There's a lot of good trash talkers out there that can walk the walk and talk the talk and walk the walk. So I know some guys like that in high school. They would talk junk. They would talk some shit, and they would actually do it. They were that good. But for me to do that, yeah. And like I said, that's just me. But yeah, when it comes to like auto racing, I say, yeah, they're not like the other drivers. I don't think they're that good, or they're that strong. But for me to say they suck or they're no good at all, and I can beat them, that's I should say it like that. To say that I can beat them, then I'm really talking some trash and opening my mouth. Because some of y'all watching this probably say, you know what, this dude can't, he's getting the lines off, he's not breaking this and that. And hey, yeah, it's true. I'm not good, but and this is my first seminar. I just got it this year, so I got to do a lot of practice, to be good. That's all it takes with anything. Practice, and more practice. But me being an adult, I can't practice as much as I want because I got work to do. But anywho, you guys take care. On the next video, I'm gonna actually do some qualifying, because I think I got as soon as I say I think I got the practice, I'm using the practice thing and I'm messing up. But I will see you on the next one. Y'all take care. Have a good day, have a good night or morning, wherever y'all at, and take care of yourself, okay? All right. See ya.